So today I head up to Wingland and fly over the Queen's house. Rob has his first flight and I accidentally fly over some seals. So it's early morning. I decide to go up to Wingland because the weather forecast is good all day and I can fly all day. So why not have some fun and go up to Hunstanton for the first flight and then down up to Skegness for the second flight. So got two flights in this video and some interesting sights to see. So it's the 2nd of November 2021 and my route takes me along the danger area, along the wash there with the RAF used for target practice, so I'm staying well clear of that. It's a Tuesday today. And then I'm going to fly up past Snettisham Beach, Heacham, and then up to Hunstanton for a lovely flight. And then on the way back, back over Sandringham House. We're not allowed to fly over Sandringham from December to February. So as it's November, I thought I'd have a quick look, see what's going on there. So staying at about 800 feet so as to not annoy the locals, and I've got a south-southwesterly wind, so it doesn't take me long at all to get to Hunstanton, maybe 30 minutes or something, which means I'm going to have a bit of a slower journey on the way back, but that's totally fine. Got all day, got plenty of fuel as well. I've got 15 litres. So this here is the Sandringham estate, quite big, very nice. I've not actually been, I think it's open to the public. So the Queen comes here in the winter from December to February, so we're not allowed to fly over here. So I thought why not pop up and have a look. I've not flown over it before, so very nice to see that. So close by to Sandringham is Babingley, which is an abandoned village. But you can still see the church, which was built in the 14th century, so it's quite cool to just do a couple of low passes over that. There are some mounds and a few bumps here and there around this area where you can see where the old village was, but it's now largely gone. And then there's a medieval castle not far away from Babingley as well, called Castle Rising. So that's really great to see, you know, a castle that has the old kind of moat around it as well. So once I've seen those sites, I'll fly over King's Lynn. I've been flying about 2 hours at this point. It's kind of slow going now. But I head back to Wingland and then relax, have a cup of tea and chill out for a couple of hours, chat to everyone there, and then get ready for a flight to Skegness. As I land, it just turns out that Rob is about to have his first flight, so I just timed that perfectly. So it's soon after I land, I watch Rob have his first flight, which is brilliant to see. I love watching first flights. For those of you that don't fly paramotors, it is kind of a bit of a brain overload when you have your first flight. You've got so much going on, you're pulling your wing up, trying to control the wing, you've got your throttle, you're trying to, you know, stay on your feet, and here goes Rob. He's got into his seat a little bit early, so you need to let the wing pull you up, but there's so much going on that often you can't think about all of that at the same time. So I've got about a 2.5 hour flight now. I'm all refreshed and had a cup of tea and everything. So because the sun sets at about 4:30 p.m. in the UK around this time of year, I need to make sure I get up quite early. So it's kind of only 2:10 when the time I launch. And by the time I get back, the sun has set. So yeah, quite a nice flight here up to Skegness. It's not a lot along the coast, so on the way back I do come down low and do lots of low flying on the way back. So it's a bit dull on the way up, so I've cut most of that out because it's just very flat and just fields basically. So here we are at Skegness, and there's the wind farm off the coast there, quite a large one. And it's really nice to fly along the coast and see everyone walking their dogs. There's not a lot going on in the fun park, it's all closed I think. But yeah, lovely to see. So just north of Skegness, I see there's no one on the beach, so I come down and have a cheeky low fly along the shoreline here, which is always enjoy doing this. Just a quick flight along the, just almost foot dragging the beach. So at this point I'm conscious that I've got a southerly wind, so it's kind of more southwesterly wind. So it didn't take me that long to get up here, so I need to make sure I get back before dark, and I've got a slight headwind. As it's the evening, the winds are starting to die down a bit, but so what I decided to do to kind of get maximum speed back is to stay very low, and it's more interesting anyway, and fly along the fields. So this is an old RAF base, and all the land was sold off, and this part here is actually a holiday cottage, so you can actually come and stay here, so kind of interesting. So all the land to the left there is ex-military land, and it's got some unexploded bombs and so on in there, so no one is allowed in there, so I'm keeping away from that as well. And then I fly down here and I see some seals, so I accidentally I try and keep away from wildlife as much as I can, but sometimes you can't avoid it. And but it was really nice to see them. They did get a little bit spooked. They all jumped in the water as I flew over, but I wasn't too low, so that was all good. So here we are now flying back over the River Welland, and the sun is setting, and I'm about 20 minutes away from Wingland with a headwind. I need to get some altitude here because it's very marshy, which slows me down a bit, so once I get over the marsh I descend back down and in for a landing. So if you enjoyed that, hit the like button, it helps other people find the channel. Hope you enjoyed. So coming up now is some nice high-res photos. I always take a professional level camera with me on each flight. And if you want to see all the photo albums, then check the links in the description. Thanks for watching.